The Easter long weekend meets low prices at Dan Murphy's. That's right, whether you're headed to Whoop Whoop or just staying put, Dan's have gotcha on the long weekend. With the lowest prices on a range that'll satisfy everyone from uncles to best mates. Avoid the Good Friday scramble and stock up the esky by Thursday so you can sit back and sip this long weekend. You get it. You understand. And if you found it cheaper, well, Dan's will beat it. It's as simple as that. Nobody beats Dan Murphy's. T's and C's apply, and choose to drink wise.
G'day, welcome to Make Me Good at Golf, a golfing podcast where usually three mates are just trying to get good at golf. We want you to come along for the journey, but bloody hell, there's only two of us here. What is going on? This podcast is falling apart. I'm furious about the whole thing. But joining me, not in the studio, but online at home, is Mr. 71 himself, the man, the myth. It's D. Fleming.
Thanks, Windy Pete. Good to see you. You're looking good, but what about long ball?
Long
ball, is he a long way away, I'm assuming?
I think long ball's gone long haul now. He's it's not really a long haul. It's a short haul. He's gone to Adelaide for the Adelaide Fringe. So if you're in Adelaide, check Long Ball Lehmo out. Just yell out at any point in the show. Just yell out long ball. He would love that.
He'll get a lift out of that. Although, does he know that Liv isn't still going?
He's so desperate to get back in.
Only you and me played in Liv, although he did get invited.
It's
evidently.
Sad. It's very sad. It's very sad that he's trying to keep his Liv dreams alive. Maybe he'll get on play the course that we played at Liv, but it won't be the same.
No. Well, we played at the Grange last year, gather round, long ball and myself, and it was still set up for Liv, those 18 holes. But guess what, Pete? Not the same.
Not the same, because Bryson DeChambeau wasn't playing with you. Yeah, Tyrrell Hatton wasn't playing with you. So these are the differences you would have noticed, I think, when you actually played the Liv Golf Pro-Am. But, mate, it is good to be back on the pod. Straight off the bat, I feel like I need a right of response. A right of reply to some of the comments that I heard in one of the podcasts whilst I was away. It was...
I did not know what you were talking about.
Not far off getting my lawyers involved. I heard you guys, and not just you guys. First of all, there was, you didn't mention, straight off the bat, we mentioned that long ball's not here. I made sure we did that. It took you about 8 minutes to even note that I was not in the episode. And then Lehmo said, oh, yeah, we didn't notice because somebody wasn't constantly interrupting. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm talking to the guy right now who's constantly interrupting. So I nearly fell off the treadmill when I heard that. Then I have to listen to who was one of my favourite cricketers growing up, Wayne Phillips, my golf partner from Royal Adelaide, talk about my game in a way that was disingenuous. It was unkind, and it was completely false. He did say I had an air swing in the on the range. That was completely true. That happened. That happened.
How were you feeling at that stage?
No, it wasn't good because it's Royal Adelaide. It's one of the best courses in the country, in the world. It's a beautiful course. Everything's got to be done properly. You take your hat off in the clubhouse and all that. So no, I'm across all of that, doing all the right things. But I'm a guest of Rod and Wayne, and great blokes. And Rod takes me out to the range, and I wasn't flushing them. Even before the air swing, I wasn't really flushing them. I wasn't tanking it, but it wasn't looking good. But then I was listening to the pod, and Wayne Phillips has said that something about me taking gimmies, that it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen because you have taught me, make sure of these things. I think maybe they gave me one early, like before I got to. They threw the ball back to me, so I was like,
Yeah, that's
okay, well,
different. That's
yes,
different if they
that's
give it
different.
to you.
That is different. That is different. Not once did I even think about not putting out if it wasn't given to me. So that I just want to take that off the table. I want to take off the table. I did par the first hole, so I got to a good start.
Jeez.
But then back to the podcast. I was listening to the podcast, and Lehmo's acting like, the rogue agent's not here. The one who holds this podcast back's not here. Then I have to listen to Lehmo say Steve Heaney about 9 or 10 times. It's not Steve Heaney, mate. He came second in the US Open. You pronounced Jim Furyk correctly. You couldn't get it's Steve Leaney. It's Leaney. He's not related to
Jeez.
Isaac Heaney. I'm listening to this. We're a golf podcast, and he's saying Steve.
I didn't pick that up.
Hey, mate. And to be honest, the funny thing is, Lehmo knows it's Steve Leaney. He just like I've spoken to Lehmo about Steve Leaney. The fact I play with him, he knows. He just had it in his head. He just and you hadn't picked it up, so nobody heard. I'm yelling. I'm on the treadmill, in somewhere in Japan, and I'm going, it's Leaney, and he just kept. He couldn't have said his name more, and not once did he get it right, or you corrected him. So I just wanted to put. I would love to come back to the podcast and say, hey, guys, I have no notes. You've done a great job.
Yeah.
But there are notes.
Yeah.
There were some notes.
We just love you to come back on the podcast.
I have missed playing with you guys and being on the pod. So it is
I'm not
nice
going to lie to you. Everything you just said there, you sounded very guilty.
For what? For
everything. You're talking so quickly and you're...
No, I've been waiting to have this. I've been waiting to have this conversation.
If I was your lawyer, I'd say, mate, just slow down a little bit. Just make more confident points. I'm just... we're going to have to get Wayne Phillips on this podcast with you and let's nut it out.
Mate, he was my partner, and I tell you what, the fact is, we lost to a guy who came second at the US Open. There's no shame in that. And Rod Phillips, who played with Steve Leaney, is a better player than Wayne Phillips. So we were up against it. There was no shame in losing. But I will say this. One, the Phillips boys are great fellas, as you know.
Funny.
They are
very
legends.
funny.
Steve Leaney's also a very funny guy, very dry. And because I was playing conservative early, I thought I'm going to use the hybrid a bit, like off the tee. First tee, got the hybrid out, smacked it straight down the middle, got to the perfect start. Like I said, I parred the first hole. And then I kept on using it. I thought this is working for me. And Steve Leaney he actually took the my 3-wood out of my bag and put it in his own bag. He said, you don't deserve to have this. He saw the Titleist clubs there, brand new, the GTs. He goes, yeah, you don't deserve these. So eventually I did get about with some mixed results. Although my first drive was like smacked it, and and they're going 25. You're not playing off 25, no way, and all that kind of stuff. And then I go, no, wait for it, and then I proved that I'm still playing off 25. I had some absolute shanks.
So Pete, just there. So long ball. He's under 18. He's 17 point something. So I'll talk about our round during the week. He's playing at 18. When will you stop that self-talk? You've nailed it off the tee and you've said to him, the bad stuff's going to come. When are you going to back yourself just to go, no, this is my day. I am Mr. 48. I've been there and done that. When will that change? You're obviously not playing a lot, but that's what I want from you in 2026.
It's a good point. It's actually a good point. I do, now that I'm trying to get my handicap down as opposed to just playing very socially like I have for most of my life, where you do talk yourself down because you don't want any, it's a whole walking to the first tee and you're always like, I'll apologise in advance, and you make all those jokes. I should take that out of my game. I think you're right.
When you get that moment, you know what I want to... I'm going to lend you this book, The Shark, okay? The Way of the Shark. Do you reckon the Shark used to think like that? Even when he was melting down in Masters, he was backing himself. He was in awe of himself.
I think.
Why can't Peter, Windy Pete, Mr. 48, be in awe of himself?
Well, I think the Shark would be looking at that book going, damn, why didn't I take my shirt off? I would have sold more copies. He'd be disappointed in himself for not getting the rig out. Um, and yeah, no, I'm gonna stop talking myself down on the golf course. And also, I think Windy Pete isn't a thing anymore. I can't believe you even still refer to me as Windy Pete. You guys were playing on windy courses. I would like to take Windy Pete off the table, to be honest.
Okay,
I'm
that's
not.
gone.
It's not a thing. I had a couple of days at Riversdale where it got a bit windy. You
Jeez, you
know,
whinged. You
there was the
whinged.
wind. But there were other people playing with me, including yourself and long ball. So I think Windy Pete. If we're not calling, if Lehmo needs to be Mr. 90, I like to take Windy Pete off the table because it's not reflective. This says nothing about my golf. It's about the conditions.
Well, what about when you had an airy on the practice thing?
Okay, I'm not helping
That's a
myself
bit
completely.
windy.
But hey, I did get to play in Japan in very still conditions. So I have been away. I can't say exactly what I've been doing, but I've been working. I'm hosting a TV show. We shot in around Japan and Korea, and I had 2 golf experiences, and these are just like off air. These aren't for the TV show we're making. So these are just days off.
Awesome.
I went to a place called Shimaneski, and the executive producer is a guy called Rick Spence. Now he's a TV legend. He's was behind Burke's Backyard Blitz. He actually created the golf show, even the original golf show. So loves his golf, loving the pod. So we were like, I said to him when we first spoke about me doing the project, I'm like, can I do you think there'll be any golf? And he goes, oh, we'll sneak some golf in. So we're in this little port town called Shimaneski. Went to like the fish market, and then we had some ramen, and we're like, let's find we couldn't get on course, but we thought let's find a driving range. So just the 2 of us, we broke out from the others. We drove about 20 minutes, got a taxi, 20 minutes to this small town, like neighborhood kind of town. And we get there and they say it's cash only. And we had no
Wow.
cash. We just had, so we're asking about, through Google Translate, they weren't speaking English. So through Google Translate, we're saying, can we transfer money? And they're like, no, we can't transfer money. And we're like, we've come 20. We're saying we're from Australia. We've come. We've driven 20 minutes to get here in a taxi. And is there any way we can? I guess we were hoping they might just go, sure, okay, we feel for you, go and play. But they weren't quite doing that. And then we kind of realized that we had maybe just enough for there was an entry fee, and they waived the entry fee. And then we had enough for about 70 balls, which is that's fine. So we got out. They gave us a 7-iron each, and then they kind of came over. They were just kind of looking at us and having a, seeing what our swing was like. And Rick had said to him in desperation to help us get onto the. He said he's famous in Australia, famous golf podcaster in Australia, and,
Which is true.
it's true. You're not lying. and that's when they said, "Oh, long ball Lehmo."
He'd be massive in Japan.
Oh, massive. They love his long ball. And then so they got me to type my name into their phone under the Google search. So then all my photos from the various shows I've done over the years come up, and they got all of a sudden they were very excited to have me there. And then we finish up, and we go back, and we're just kind of chatting to the guy who's I think like the pro there, and he was we're practicing swings and all that, and he then through Google Translate again explains that he's a PGA accredited coach.
Oh my God.
And I'm saying, well, you didn't help us. You're just watching us. You should have helped us. You saw we needed help. And then he grabs a bucket of balls. We're waiting for our taxi by this stage. He grabs a bucket of balls. He goes, come. He gives me like a 10-minute free lesson, and actually had pretty good results, to be honest. Like And then so I'm hitting great balls and all that. And then
So he's not instructing you, he's showing you.
he's
would he?
showing, he's showing,
Yeah.
And the other thing about like really coming down on the ball, which is not necessarily how
Compressing.
I've been doing it,
Compressing. Yeah.
and having my front shoulder a bit higher, a bit forward. And
Wow.
actually, it kind of worked. So we waved goodbye to him, and it became like a big kind of almost emotional farewell. We get back to the ship because part of the show is based on a ship, and I'm trying to find him on YouTube, and I couldn't find him. I was like, oh, it'd be good to send him a message, and then his wife sends me a message, a direct message saying, hey, thanks for spending time with my husband today. He was really thrilled. It meant a lot to him.
What?
And it's like, so I messaged back. I said, it was our honor, and like, your husband's a great man and a great golfer, and we loved it. So it became, and we've been messaging back and forth. He's following me in the podcast now. I'm following him. So it's it was fun. But just
Wow.
it summed up golf for us, Flem. Like we arrived, with no clubs, no cash, no hope, and in the end, golf brought us together, and it's the universal language.
Yeah, hence make me good at golf. It's eternal search internationally, everywhere. Instructionally. So Dale Lynch is gone.
No, Dale Lynch is still.
And what's this gentleman's name?
His name's on his.
Because you're communicating. Does he have a nickname? Have you made a nickname for him?
Mr. Golf.
Mr. Golf.
Mr. Golf.
Instructor.
Coach. Yeah, he's his coach. Yeah. I mean, Dale Lynch is super coach. Dale Lynch will always be my super coach, and like the man who I will refer and defer to.
Yeah.
But he was good. One of the things Steve Lehmo gave me a big lesson on was about keeping the club, which I tried to put in the next round I played, keeping my club across the fingers, and it reminded me that Dale Lynch had told me to do this, and I kind of like it kind of crept back into the hand, but to keep the So when Steve Lehmo told me that, the last 3 or 4 holes at Royal Adelaide, I absolutely smoked with this little bit of advice.
Okay.
Yeah, so just the club needs to be coming across the fingers, not into the palm of the hand. So that was a massive tip, and one of my big focuses on now. And I think I have seen results. I did play another game at a town called Abaratsu in Japan at the Nichinan course. It's a private resort club, and it was a bit of a struggle to get there. Again, we were pretty desperate to get there. We got there. I think we have actually me, just so you can see my swing. You haven't seen my swing for a little while. This is me on a par 3. We're at the 14th now, par 3, first par 3 I've played, and look at this. That's a hole-in-one. You get 2 beers. Pretty sure that's what it says. So let's hit some balls in a hole in one.
What club you got there, Pete? What's your approach?
I got a hybrid ball.
It's 250 metres. It's a long par 3. It's a big challenge.
Good contact.
Oh my God, that's close. It's close.
In the bunker. I'm actually pretty happy with it though. So I think it's
a
pretty,
lovely.
a pretty smooth swing. Just slightly left of the green, but I was happy with the way I was hitting them.
The Easter long weekend meets low prices at Dan Murphy's. Stock up early to avoid the Good Friday scramble so you can kick back and sip this long weekend. Found it cheaper? Dan's will beat it. Nobody beats Dan Murphy's. T's and C's applies, and choose to drink wise.
And also, there's a fun little thing they do in Japan. I'm not sure if they do it at all courses in Japan, but they have. Well, I'll play this clip. This is a clip called Flags. Interesting thing about golf in Japan, which I'm not sure if this is a regular thing or just a course we're playing at, is they have these flags. Kind of, they're not the pin flags. They actually just wear to aim your shot from the tee. So you can see there's a flag. I have rarely hit it near the flag.
Yeah, so that's a bit different, isn't it? So helping you aim.
Yeah, they actually, yeah. So at first, the first hole we played was a par 5, and we're like, gee, that looks like a short par 5. It looks like 120 meters, and no, it's just showing you where to aim the ball. So
On
that was
most holes?
yeah, on every hole, on every
Oh,
hole.
wow.
The par 3s, not the par 3s.
No.
But yes, we did get yelled at on the first hole because we had a cart and you weren't allowed to take the cart onto the course. They had paths along the side, so we got down towards the green and and we just
Yeah.
heard this yelling from the back, and we're like, oh, I think we're not maybe supposed to have the carts here. So we got through that. And then there was this little bit of water. This is also another little strange thing that I haven't seen anywhere in Australia. There's a little bit of water, pretty little hole. Check out the amount of balls in.
Wow.
Now, if that was Australia, they would all be gone. There's some balls that were very grabbable.
And different
So
colours.
different colours and different makes. But I suspect in Japan, it's like maybe it's not a done thing that you go and retrieve your ball, or maybe that was a particular kind of sacred well or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. But it just seemed very strange that nobody had kind of gone in and grabbed some balls there,
Yeah,
because there were some very gettable balls.
Yeah, leave it for the golfing god.
It's what a beautiful way
Maybe.
to sum that up. But I did play Rick in around there, and yeah, lost by a couple of holes. So he got me, but I played okay. I'm not. I didn't.
Did you score, or was it just a per hole?
It was just like playing holes.
Okay.
So lost by 2 holes with a couple of holes to go, actually. But and then once the pressure was off, Rick said, you got to relax your swing a little bit, and I relaxed it and parred the last. So, yeah.
And what was Rick playing off?
Rick plays off about 12, I think now, 12, 13.
Oh, so he's going well. So you're still 25.2.
Yeah, my handicap wouldn't have changed. I haven't handed in any cards since I've been away, but I'm looking forward to getting back and playing. And I saw the Riverside Invitational was a big hit.
I don't know about Riverside. Riversdale.
Riversdale.
What were you having to go at Lehmo for at the start?
I've only played Riversdale about 6 times.
6 times, but hey, mate, yeah. So we were myself and Lehmo played in the Riversdale Cup, which is the second oldest amateur tournament in Australia. Some of the winners over the years are Robert Allenby and Aaron Badley and Jason Day and Adam Scott. They've all played in it. So it's pretty prestigious. It's almost like if you win it, you're on your way there. But we got Ed, who's the director of golf there at Riversdale. He looked after us big time. And we've actually got a photo. We were one of the sponsors of the day. So just have a look at the background. Myself and Lehmo are in that. So the great thing about playing it the day before the cup is it's as good as Nick as you'd ever want to be. Long ball, hit some long balls, but unusually he found the water about 3 times off the tee.
Oh,
He's
really?
coming off that 40 points, getting into 17.4. But mate, we had a pretty good round really, and it got down to this last putt. If Lehmo sinks this, and you know what a great putter Lehmo is.
Well, it's one of his strengths.
And he didn't 4-putt this one for a change, but if he sinks this one, he actually wins the day between me and him. Have a look at this one.
Ooh.
Okay, 6-1 will beat me.
Flem for the day.
Gee, putting's normally a strength too. I want to see that in, although it's not for any points.
Oh.
Not the worst. Not the worst. So
you know what I was expecting and what I was hoping for?
Short.
Leaving that 3 foot short. Yeah, that's
short. So we also played with Max Moring, who's from Yarra Yarra. He won the Riversdale Cup the year before. Mate, the young kid, he was a good player. He wasn't quite. I wouldn't say he's as long as some of the young amateurs, but my God, his short game was insane. So he ended up finishing top 10. So that was a great experience there. So no real movement on our handicaps. That was the only game I played. But looking to get back out on the course this week. I'm actually playing in one of the big PGA tournaments at the Heritage tomorrow for
Oh,
Titleist and
fantastic.
FootJoy. So that'll be a good test. I don't know whether that's a team event, like a Jenson's, take the best drive, or you're scoring your own. But that'll be set up for the pros.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to get back and play both with you guys and just whenever I can get on course. I need to get some more rounds in because I'm playing, obviously due to work, a little bit inconsistently at the moment. So we'll remedy that.
So when's the next one? When do you reckon you can get out?
Next week I'll be definitely get around in next week.
Okay.
Maybe even on the weekend. I might see my son wants to play and get around with my son or something. So when I'm back, he's getting very keen on golf and enjoying his golf and getting reasonably good at it. I think from the scores he's telling me. I'm not sure he's counting every ball, but
Is it a family trait? Is it? And
you're
on
worse
that
than Wayne
note-
Phillips.
And on that note, that's the end of this episode. Good to see you, not physically, but over online.
Yeah.
But that was
Just before we wrap it up with our famous outro, if you're in Canberra this Saturday night, one show only. Let me know on our socials where I should get around in. Maybe I can get around in Canberra where I should play, but also come along to the show. It's an international kerfuffle. It's been going great in Adelaide and Perth, and I always get people say, "Oh,
Yes.
come to my town, come to our town, come to our town." And then you tell everybody you're coming to the town, and 3 weeks later they're still saying, "When are you coming to Canberra?" I'm telling you, I'm here for one night and one night only on Saturday night. Tickets are selling fast, so get in and book this week and come up and have a chat and tell me how your golf game's going afterwards.
Yeah, a little bit of golf in that. And that's where we, about a year ago, come up with the Lonely Golfers Club, wasn't it? In the lounge on a Sunday morning. Wow.
Yes.
You talk about, whoa, our areas, 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning in Canberra in the lounge.
That was. I haven't got time to go into the whole
It's
Lonely
like
Golfers
Star
Club
Wars. Good to see
Mate.
you. The artist formerly known as Windy Pete, that was Make Me
Good at golf.
That wraps another episode of Make Me Good at Golf. Now, why not make me good at long weekends with Dan Murphy's? Get your favourite drinks at the lowest prices. Found it cheaper? Dan's will beat it. Nobody beats Dan Murphy's. T's and C's applies, and choose to drink wise.